Why is Tinder a scam? Catfish. Girls have such high unrealistic expectations for guys. They expect guys to be 180 plus centimeters tall, to have super good looking photos, in shape, financially well off, probably owning their own business or high level position. Nothing average. That's what most girls expect on Tinder. To meet a guy that's above average, which is definitely not realistic in most cases. But if the girl sees one little flaw on your profile or on your text game, even though she agrees to meet you today or the day after or next week, she can just ghost you like that for no reason. Versus most girls on Tinder are using a bunch of filters, body tuning apps, changing the tones of their skin color to be whiter, to be lighter, because it's seen to be more value in certain parts of the world, or especially in Asia specifically. Trying to look like they're some rich, balling, high status girl at an expensive VIP table in a club that is most likely paid by some sucker while she sips on her little champagne glass, asking her friends to take photos of her for her Tinder profile. Or at an exclusive restaurant paid by the guy as usual, and he's being a simp taking photos for her, while other guys sees that photo and jerk off to it and swipe on her, and she ends up banging them. It just blows my mind that girls have that high expectations for guys on dating apps to be a certain level, while most girls can't even be real without using a silly dumb face filter. And they're the most boring people to talk to online. You can ask the girl questions, try to build a conversation, she gives you one-word answers like she's the Queen of England or something. But seriously, girl, what value do you have? I mean, you might look cute on your filtered photo, but in reality, you can't even hold a conversation, you're boring. So if you're a guy and you're wasting precious time on girls like this, cut her out. In my experience of dating apps, I don't think I've ever met any normal, mentally stable girls, especially on Tinder. Most girls on Tinder are psychopaths. If they were normal and they were good looking, decent looking, they can meet a handful of guys off the app. But most of them are just weird and mentally ill, insecure, they get jealous, they're very emotional, they're just not stable, or they're addicted to a particular kind of lifestyle, or they just crave too much attention. These are the type of women, type of girls you do not want to date. You don't want to have anything long term with them. Sure, you can have a hookup with them, but is it really worth it? Is it worth your time and money throwing at these girls when they're not out there? Again, yes, you can find a handful of girls that are actually normal on Tinder, but it's like a needle in a haystack. It's hard. It's not easy. Most girls are just weird. There's a lot of scams on Tinder. There's a lot of transgenders on Tinder. If you're in Thailand, there's so many freaking LGBT people on Tinder. There's even guys that change their gender from male to female, and they're just hoping that some guy blindly swipes on them. There's a lot of sugar babies. There's a lot of investment scams. There's a lot of marketing on fake female profiles. Personally, I think the best way to meet beautiful, natural, good-looking girls, or even if they're plastic up, that is completely fine. As long as they're normal, they have a cool, chill personality that you can relate with, that you can talk with, that they're not insecure, they're not bad shit crazy. You can meet them during day games, functions, events, at the gym, activities, yoga, travel tours. There's so many ways and places to meet decent, good-looking girls, even at cafes. You see a cute girl at a cafe, go up and talk to her. Just be like, hey, do you speak English? What's your name? I like your style. What do you recommend here? It doesn't matter. Just open up the girl. And I can bet you 100% that most of the time, these girls that you meet in the daytime in real life are not as crazy as the girls on dating apps. If you do not like approaching girls, then learn to build your social circle. Network with people. People are going to introduce you friends of friends. Be like, hey, this guy is cool. I met him during my yoga class or my cycling class or whatever. And then she'll be like, oh, he's a cool guy? Sure. You know, you're getting recommendations, suggestions to meet certain people. Because when people see your value, then they're going to recommend your value to someone else. I think girls or people in general that are not weird, are normal, that have some sort of value, that know how to socialize, network, talk with people, do not need to use or rely on dating apps. They can just go out and talk to people, meet people. There's so many things happening, especially when you live in a big city. If you don't know how to meet people, then that's on you. There's so many websites, online communities where you can meet people and do activities together, which is way more healthier than just going on Tinder all day, swiping. You meet some chick that does not look like her photos at all. There's just so many crazy stories I've heard from so many friends, from so many clients, and Tinder is just a waste of time. Tinder is an app that is focused on men, focused on your wallets. There are more men than women to get you to spend your hard-earned money on them by paying for super likes, boosts, gold, platinum, whatever BS nonsense that they're trying to sell you. And in reality, Tinder is a hookup app. But a lot of girls are smart. They know that, okay, a lot of desperate guys are on there, a lot of lonely guys are on there. I'm gonna tease him, squeeze whatever benefits I can get out of him. Even if it's not a girl, it can be a guy pretending to be a girl. There's so many scammers online. But you will never find true love on a dating app. Sure, you might, but is it really real love? It's like, okay, it's your last resort, your last way to meet someone, so you have no other option, and you're like, okay, the first girl I meet, meet on Tinder, she's my forever. Come on, stop being so scared, stop being a pussy, stop being a dork. Go out, take a chance on yourself. Most guys give up on themselves before giving themselves a chance to go out and meet someone. Like when you think about it, when you go out on the streets, let's say Bangkok, you notice a lot of nice, tall, good-looking, young European, Western men, you know, walking around the malls, and they're dating like super short, overweight-looking hobbits who are overly tan, which is not even attractive anymore. It's just like a burnt banana. And most of these guys that are walking with these girls, dating these girls, looking like they're happy, most of these men are good-looking. But the reason why they're with these girls, because it's the first girl they match on Tinder when they get off their plane into Thailand or into whatever city they're traveling to, and they're like, oh, she's my forever, she's the one. Why does that happen? It's because they never gave themselves a chance back home. You know, most guys like to generalize that a lot of Western women are not feminine, they're too independent, they're too strong, their character, but not all Western women are like that. It's like saying all girls in Thailand are ladyboys or all girls in Thailand are ex-workers. Well, that's not true. So most guys in general just give up on themselves and they decide to fly halfway across the world just to get some sort of pussy. It blows my mind. You're young, you're good looking, healthy, you're in shape, but you want to come all the way to Thailand, match the first girl, and then start dating her for like the next 5 to 10 years and marry her. To me, that's not love. That's just desperation. So if you're one of those guys that is addicted to using apps like Tinder and you're willing to spend hundreds of dollars every single month, every single year on super likes, boosting, and all those silly dumb tiers of Tinder just to get one date out of like 10,000 swipes. In the past, I have friends and clients that have told me that they have done Tinder profile tests where they have like a good looking young European guy versus a good looking Asian guy. And this is specifically for Asia. Yes, most of us guys on the internet might assume that the good looking Western guy, blue eyes, blonde hair, 190, 8-pack is gonna get the girl. Nope, it's the Asian guy. Good looking, cute Asian guy, again, because girls are so like brainwashed with the whole Netflix of K-series. And most Asian guys are not 180 or 190. The average Asian guy does not have a 6-pack. Most Asian guys are stick bitch skinny. I used to be a stick bitch until I started going to the gym. So what does that say? It tells you that most girls, they only care about your photos, your looks. Yeah, you can spend a lot of time, you can invest a lot of energy on improving your photos to get more matches, but do you really want to date or be with a girl that only cares about you for your looks and you're faking it? Now, let's imagine if we reverse the roles between girls and men on the Tinder app. Every single day, we get hundreds of messages from girls, good looking girls, above average looking girls, and every single girl is texting us just for one thing. Let's say it's not for sex, but for money. How would you feel after a couple weeks or months? At first, it's like cool, you're like, whatever, okay, I'll spend a little bit of money on her, boom, get smashed. But eventually, you're gonna be sick of it, you're gonna be like, fuck, this is boring, this is lame. All they want is the one same thing. So it's the same thing when girls get like 100 to 300 matches every single day, and guys are just texting them because guys want to get laid with them. We're giving them the power. We're options to them. And if you're pursuing girls that are actively on Tinder, on dating apps, you can tell these girls are being dicked by like 20 different guys every single month. Do you really want to invest your time and energy with someone that has been ridden as a village bicycle by half the people of the city? Too many guys are too desperate and sad and lonely and think with their dicks rather than their own brains, their own logic. Like, hey, these apps, these companies are just using you for your money. You're wasting too much time. Let's say you spend an hour a day swiping on these apps, which accumulates to 7 hours a week. If you spend 7 hours a week going out to meet girls, you might not swipe on like 1,000 girls, but I guarantee you that you might meet at least 10 decent girls that you interact with within that 7-hour time frame, where there's a much more higher opportunity, better potential that that girl will be someone that you want to date, someone you want to see again, someone that you want to have fun with. And you're not just an option, but now you become the guy who gets to pick because you have the power to pick between 10 different girls that you had 10 good interactions with. And then you filter out which one best suits your interests, fits your values, and then you can enjoy your time with. You guys got to realize that Tinder's a scam, dating apps are a scam. It's just another shopping app for girls. Girls can be on like Amazon, eBay, Shopee, Lazada, Zara Home. They're just picking out the items, what they like, what fits them, what catches their interest, what is the new model, what's the new look. The same with you. You're just another option. Maybe they feel like Asian today, maybe they feel like Western guys today, buff guys, whatever. You're just another option. Get that in your mind. So before I came back to Asia, I was in Barcelona and I decided to take some Spanish classes, and I met my girl there who was an OnlyFans model, and she has over 200,000 followers. She's popular, she gets a lot of DMs, she gets a lot of traffic with guys trying to hit her up, trying to shoot offers at her, trying to entice her, but she doesn't give a damn about these guys. And why is that? So when I met her, I went up to her and I approached her. Hey, hi, what's your name? I'm Steve. Where are you from? I just made a conversation conversation, have a genuine interaction with her, not being creepy. While all the other guys, and you know, again, a lot of Spanish guys, majority of them are good looking compared to me. They all have their nice little facial hair, beautiful tan skin, covered in tats. They all look good. But hey, a guy like me that's below average looking goes up to the girl who's an OnlyFans model with over 200,000 followers, who's really popular, but still caught her interest. Why is that? So every single time I go out with her, you know, we would have moments where she'd be like, you know what? The reason why I got attracted to you, why I like you, is because you came up and talked to me, and that has never ever happened to me. Like, it does not happen. She's a very beautiful girl. She is as tall as me, skinny, got a booty, but no guy comes up and talk to her like a normal human being. Most guys would probably just catcall her from a distance, and that's about it. So my point is that girls just want to meet a decent guy, a normal guy. Most guys are weird. Most guys are creepy. Everyone's a little weird. Everyone's a little creepy. But most girls just want to meet a guy that they can feel comfortable and be themselves around with. But a lot of guys lack the skill set, the capability of doing that, showing that kind of energy towards the girl. It's not rocket science to meet someone, to attract someone. And a lot of, you know, PUA guys, a lot of guys that want to learn about pickup and meeting girls, they have this weird idea where you go up to women, you spin them around, you kiss them in public, you pull them, you do all sorts of like weird sexualization and, you know, all these mental games. That's not reality. That's not the real world. You're living again in some sort of like Netflix Hollywood movie where you're like the bad boy, James Bond or whatever. In the real world, girls just want to meet a normal guy, a normal person that they can talk to. So if you want to learn how to meet people, learn how to network, socialize, talk to girls, be yourself, learn to build the confidence, learn to remove anxiety. Well, you cannot remove anxiety completely, but you can learn to control it. You can learn how to adapt your anxiety, how to lower the level of your anxiety, and just learn how to become more comfortable with yourself. Because once you feel more comfortable with yourself, the people around you are going to feel comfortable because they're feeding off your positive energy. So if you're interested to do a bootcamp with me, or you want to do one-on-one coaching, if you don't live in Bangkok and you're overseas, then hit me up on the DMs at steveoctv on Instagram, or drop me an email. Don't wait. Everything is back to normal now. You know, we wasted the last 2 years jerking off to random stupid dumb shit on the internet. Don't make excuses. Learn to better yourself. Learn to improve yourself. If you live in a big major city like Bangkok, you have unlimited opportunity to meet beautiful single women, or guys if you're into guys, or ladyboys, whatever. If you want me to teach you how to approach, how to attract them like a normal person, not some Hollywood Netflix bullshit, then hit me up. Or continue staying single for a while until you're like 40, jerking off and becoming depressed, relying on stupid content as addiction, or relying on paying chicks just to have someone to be around you as company. That's sad. Whether or not you want to do a bootcamp with me, but this is for yourself. Go out, make a change in your lifestyle, and take advantage of the opportunities that are in front of you. Don't let them go, because life just goes by like a moment like that really fast. Most of you are just existing, but you're not living.